It could be months before either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump officially clinches their party's nomination. But voters across America are already thinking about the prospect of a contest between the two of them in the fall. Last week, CBS News contributor and Republican strategist Frank Luntz talked to a group of Florida voters who are more likely to support none of the above than either Clinton or Trump.
So let's set the tone for everybody at home. How many of you have a positive impression of Donald Trump? Raise your hands. None of you. How many of you have a positive impression of Hillary Clinton? Raise your hands. None of you. So you must not be pretty happy about this election so far. What's going on? Explain it.
I think we're just losing sight, or the candidates are losing sight about what's really important to the American people. They're thinking more about each other instead of us.
I think the office is more important than these people that are running, and they're losing track of what they're trying to achieve.
I'm most troubled by the fact that so many people support Hillary and Trump. It's shocking to me. I mean, the number of people that I know in my life, they don't like him and they don't like Hillary, and they're so emotionally driven, they act like kids a lot of times when they're talking.
Yeah, I think that Donald Trump is treating this like a reality show and kind of like a midlife crisis. He's already got the car, he's already got the plane, now he wants to buy the presidency, buy the country. And Hillary Clinton, you know, that's all she's got is government service life, and she's been banking on and making money off of it this entire time.
You don't trust Hillary Clinton?
Not at all.
You don't trust Donald Trump?
No.
Not as much.
How could you be more qualified than Hillary Clinton?
I mean, Hillary Clinton hasn't done anything that has made her qualified. The only
United States Senator, Secretary of State.
I'm sorry to say,
First
she's a
Lady.
flip-flopper. That's just what it is. For me, I see character because people's stance on issues can change, as we have all seen. Character defines who you are, not what you do.
And titles aren't accomplishments.
So I'm going to play for viewers at home that clip that you reacted to, and then I want to understand why you resented it so much.
You talk about leveling with the American people. Have you always told the truth?
I've always tried to. Always. Always.
Some people are going to call that wiggle room that you just gave yourself.
Well, no,
always tried to.
No,
I
I've
mean,
always
Jimmy
tried to.
Carter said, "I will never lie to you."
Well, but you know, you're asking me to say, have I ever? I don't believe I ever have.
What was wrong?
You could turn off the sound and still see on her face that she was lying. She was the worst liar I think I've ever seen in my life.
She lied about lying. I mean, how worse can you get?
For me, it comes down to literally a bottom line decision. To what length am I willing to go to keep Trump out of the White House?
But why do I have to pick the lesser of two evils for someone to run the free world? This is supposed to be the greatest country on earth, and right now we're being forced to pick the lesser of two evils.
Yeah. All these people keep saying that there's two Donald Trumps. Well, first off, I'd like a president with one personality, but if that other personality is better, can we see that, please?
Yeah.
He already said he's a chameleon and that he'll be totally different when he takes office. So even if he changed, would we even know if that's the real Donald Trump?
I'm 46. I've voted in every single election, always for a Republican, and I will not vote if it's Donald Trump.
How can you not?
Because I'm not bound to my party. I am bound to my country and to my God and to myself.
Country's more important.
Because neither candidate is acceptable. And there are going to be a lot of Republicans like me who are going to hope for a broker convention. That somebody's going to emerge from the convention and have an acceptable, conservative, real Republican as our nominee.
There is great opportunity, is what we're demonstrating. There's a great opportunity for someone, and that person had better come forward fast, because if the Republicans put Donald Trump up and if the Democrats put Hillary Clinton, it will be the worst turnout election ever.
I have been voting straight Republican for over 30 years, and at this point in time, I need to be able to look my grandson in the eye and tell him that I voted with principle. Or I supported a candidate of principle, and right now we don't have one.
And Frank Luntz is with us now. Frank, this was a bipartisan group. How hard was it to find the none of the above voters?
Instantaneous. We recruited that in less than 24 hours. There are so many of them. If you asked me, I'd say about 15% of the electorate right now is none of the above. It's never been this high this early in the campaign.
What about the Democrats versus the Republicans? I mean, there is some people say a false equivalence by saying, yes, people are unhappy in the Democratic Party with Hillary Clinton, perhaps, but there is absolute terror in the Republican Party.
The difference is that it's trust, it's integrity with Hillary Clinton, and with Trump, it's unpredictability. and both of them are poisonous. And you can see it in the electorate right now. The fact is that with each week, the demonstrations get worse. The rejection of the other side gets worse. The unwillingness to listen and try to decide who's telling the truth and who's best to lead us, it becomes more and more difficult. I've never seen so many Republicans rejecting the likely nominee. I've never seen so many Democrats saying that I will not vote for her. This is significant.
You know, I remember in 08, there were a lot of Clinton supporters who said, we're never going to vote for Barack Obama. In Indiana, one exit poll had that number close to 50%. So give me a sense of how these voters, can they be changed? Is there anything Trump or Clinton could do to change their minds?
It is so much easier to take someone who's got a positive image and make it negative than it is to take someone with a negative image and make it positive. In Donald Trump's case, his language, his tone, his demeanor has brought so many people into the Republican Party that don't consider themselves Republican, but they're voting for him because they believe that he appreciates their anger. But he's losing a greater number of people in the general election. And in fact, these protests work for him in the primary. They make him more likely to win because Republicans are gathering around him to protect him from the attacks on the left. But in the general election, undecided, independent, moderate voters don't like this at all. And in Hillary Clinton's case, she's got to be careful because these Bernie Sanders voters are so devoted to him and so committed to him, not because of policy, but also because of persona, that they think he's honest and direct and sincere. This campaign is not going to be about policy between now and November. It's going to be about who they are.
So in the Republican side, just quickly, Senator Cruz versus Hillary Clinton does better in a general election than Donald Trump?
Oh, boy. I think Cruz does better because it's not just about who they are, it's also about how they think and their plans for the future. On economic policy, he'd have the advantage. On social issues, she'd have the advantage. And on foreign policy, it's a wash. With Donald Trump, I don't know what he's going to say. You don't know what he's going to say. I don't think Donald Trump knows what he's going to say.
All right, Frank Luntz, thanks so much.
Thank you.